Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sickle Cell Mental Health and Wellness Initiative. I'm so happy that you're able to join us this Thursday evening. We are sorry for being a little late. We've run into a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are here and we're excited. We are short our normal team, but we have a very special guest here with us today. We have Elle Cole, also known as Carly Cole Cavens, and she will be joining us, and we will be discussing what we presented at SCDAA's conference this year. We have a brand new campaign out, and I hope that you've seen it, but if not, you'll be seeing it here today, as well as being able to visit the toolkit that is on SCDA's website. So we're going to kind of jump into it. We know it's been a while since we've been with you, and I'm so happy that you're here. But I guess let's dive in. Carly, let's talk a little bit, share a little bit about what the campaign is. And I know it because it is close to our heart, as well as Dr. Deidre Brewer. She was unable to be here with us this evening.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am super happy to be here and talk about this amazing campaign because it has been a labor of love. But you often hear people talk about mental health and sickle cell disease. And really, that is at the root of the campaign. We don't just want to talk about it, we want to make sure that we are sharing real resources to help people with mental health because it's not just something that people with sickle cell disease struggle with. It is also something that the caregivers struggle with, the caretakers, the healthcare professionals, really everyone that is associated with sickle cell disease. It can affect their mental health because we often face so many different emotions, seeing our loved ones in pain, seeing them go through other diagnoses. And we don't just want to talk about it being important. We want to make sure that we're sharing real resources, real tools to help everybody cope and learn how to deal with it in a healthy way.
Absolutely. So over the past, if you've been with us over the past couple of years, we've really kind of delved into all the different facets when it comes to mental health. Um, but the goal is to make it more well known and acceptable, right? We still live in a community where therapy is still a taboo topic. So our goal in creating um, this campaign is to make sickle cell and mental health and familial support, to make it known and to get rid of that stigma. So we're going to show you a little bit of our PowerPoint, and we will dive in a little bit more. So if we're going to have Elle's going to pull up the PowerPoint for us, we can show you a little bit about what we have been working on over the last year.
Yes, so just give me a quick second while I pull up the PowerPoint. I am just really excited about this opportunity to share this with you all. It was not just a project that we worked on, it is something that we are all living. And so we hope that as we share this PowerPoint and this message, that it will resonate with all of you.
Absolutely.
So, Heather, I'm getting a little feedback from your audio. I don't know if everybody else is as well.
Well, give me 1 second to mute, and maybe I can correct that.
Okay, I'm going to try to share it again. Um, Unfortunately, I just tried to share it, but the file was too large. So let me try one more time. Sometimes we have a few technical difficulties. I had pulled it up before, so I would be all ready. And
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
yes, I can hear you great.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for your patience. It has been an evening of technical difficulties, everyone. So we are so appreciative if you've hung in there with us. Okay, well, maybe we won't be airing the video or the presentation, but we still have the video. And we still want you to share it. And we also want you to create one yourself. I think if Carly can't pull it up, perhaps I can. Do you want me to give it a try?
Are you able to see it now?
No.
No. Let's see. Do you see it?
No. That's okay. It's a day.
What about it's saying that it is sharing.
I don't see it. I'm not sure if maybe the people out there, the audience, hey, Etta, can you see it? I know Etta is our ride or die. She's always with us on Thursday nights and Sunday nights.
Hi, Etta.
Are you able to see it? No, she doesn't see it either. Oh, there it goes. Carly, I see something. It popped out.
It popped out.
Maybe that's mine. I think that.
So what it says on my end, it says StreamYard is sharing the window. So
okay, so unfortunately, I don't see it. I'm seeing you, and I'm seeing a pop-out box. Oh, and I'm seeing myself a lot.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm getting a pop-out box as well when I look at the main screen. Let's see. Let me stop sharing. Okay, let's try a different way. Okay, let's try it this way.
This is funny. That's okay.
Do you see it now?
I do not. But we're going to keep this moving. That's okay. You know what? Life happens, and I've noticed life is lifing lately. So we're going to roll into just life is lifing.
Can y'all hear me? I think I can add the videos. Heather, were you sharing your screen?
I was sharing my screen and I am able to see it in the little window when I bring it up. Are you able to see it? It's up right now.
No, but if I click this, I think it will bring it.
There it goes.
The
I see it now somehow.
There we go. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shamanika, thank you. Look it, we just
Thank
needed
you.
our moderator.
And I keep forgetting that since I wasn't in the show, I was talking, but y'all couldn't hear me. So I was like, oh
Okay.
wait, I keep forgetting that step. But I'm sorry guys, but I added it and I think everyone should be able to see it. So if you put it in present mode, we'll be able to see it.
So it's in present mode on my end.
Shamanika, can you go to the first slide and turn it into a slideshow for us, and we can just use it from your perspective?
Let's see. That's what I see. What y'all see now on the screen is what I see.
We can see what you see.
Okay, so is that good?
Can you make it a slideshow?
I don't have that. I think Elle would have to do that.
So that's the interesting part. On my end, it is a slideshow.
For us, it looks like you're in the document. Like we can see your full everything.
Yeah, we can see the edits.
Right. Let's see. Because when you're talking, I'm putting it like right now, I press play and it's in the slideshow.
Yeah, it's not moving for us.
It's not moving for
help us share this message. Oh,
Oh,
it's beginning to do something.
Well, I just stopped it. So let me change. So
it's very
stop sharing.
interesting. It's okay. Look at us working through the kinks on live TV. I mean, on live social media, which is, it is life. I would say. Um, I wonder if anyone on tonight or this evening went to SCDAA. It was phenomenal. Oh, here we go. There we go. We can really see it now.
Okay. And this full screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Congratulations.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for your patience. We want to share with you the I Believe in Therapy campaign. And like Heather said, this was a campaign of love that we did in conjunction with the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America. So, this campaign is sponsored by SCDAA, Pfizer, and also Cleverly Changing LLC. And if you want to share about the campaign, please use the hashtag SCD I Believe in Therapy. And this is just a little window of who is behind the campaign. Of course, we just talked about the fact that it's important for our community because mental health is just as important as our physical health. And we want to recognize that mental health matters by prioritizing our emotional well-being. And so I'm a caregiver. I'm a sickle cell caregiver. I have a 15-year-old who lives with sickle cell disease, and I'm an advocate in the sickle cell disease community. And so I have put my passion for educating others about sickle cell disease with my creativity. I'm not and sure I understand. All right, Heather, tell everybody a little bit about you.
Hi, everyone. Well, as you know, I am Heather Avant. I have been here with you week after week. And I am a sickle cell warrior myself. I have sickle cell SS. And this campaign came about in a meeting, actually, with Carly and Dr. Deja Brewer, along with many other warriors. And the name of it was, I am in therapy. I believe in therapy, but we really wanted to, I knew that there was something there. And for me, the idea that therapy isn't just for people who are in the space, who are on this show and who are advocating. People are for the people who have no desire to be in this space, but maybe are listening. It's for the people who live in the small communities who don't have access to consistent standards of care. This is for everyone out there who just needs a little push to go get therapy, to get help, to talk to someone, to write it down. Um, because sometimes, and I know in my life, I feel like there's no one I can talk to because I feel like no one would understand what I'm going through in certain spaces. And so for me, as a sickle cell warrior, I know that I'm not alone. I know that I am not an independent on any of this. However, sometimes it can feel very lonely, especially when you're going through the pain or the stress or the trials of everyday life. So it was very important for me to make sure that there was a voice to this and it was bigger than just myself. Because a lot of times I can come up with ideas, but I'm not often great at executing them to the end. Um, and I don't mean that in like I don't execute ideas. Actually, I'm really good at it, but I thought that this was bigger than me, and I really wanted to push out how big this is. And it's big for, and I hope that it's big for you in the community as well.
Yes, and Dr. Dejoie Brewer is someone that if you are a part of the mental health initiative and you watch the videos week after week, you have gotten to know Dr. Marjorie Dejoie Brewer, and she has been a person who also does the Mindful Mondays campaigns and is very important in the community, talking about the importance of not just warriors recognizing their mental health, but also physicians as well. So it is something that we're doing together to erase the stigma. I know for me, sickle cell felt like something I was handling on my own. But when I started to go to therapy, it felt like something that I could handle not just by myself, but with my family and my community. So the goal is to erase the stigma. I know when we've often talked about it in our small groups, people have said, growing up, therapy wasn't something that my family necessarily talked about as something that was favorable. For me and my family, they would say, tell Jesus. And sometimes you need to do
Yes.
more than just tell Jesus about it. And I'm not afraid to be honest about that.
Absolutely. And another one of our goals with this campaign was to create a positive outlook around counseling. We hear horror stories of telling someone and telling a loved one, telling someone we love or we know, and then that getting out. But we need a positive outlook. We want to build up a rapport that it's not just the crazies, quote unquote. I'm sorry to say that word because I don't even believe in that word, but it's everyone could use counseling. How do we make it fun and inviting and understand that, you know what, it is great to get that off of your chest. Sometimes life is so heavy and we don't even realize that we're carrying around the weight and the burden of life, but that can affect us. Um, and Carly mentioned goal number 3, which is providing a real, reliable mental health resource. That is so important. And we really wanted to make sure that there was a place, a landing spot for people to go. And that was why we thought it was so important to partner with SCDAA.
Absolutely. So, one of our visions of the campaign is to envision a world where every individual affected by sickle cell disease has access to comprehensive care that addresses both their physical and emotional needs. We strive for a future where the sickle cell community is free of emotional stigma and has the support to thrive despite the challenges of the illness.
And our mission is to prioritize the holistic well-being of individuals within the sickle cell disease community. We firmly believe that mental health is just as important as physical health and must be given equal attention and care. Through education, advocacy, and support, we strive to promote emotional well being, resilience, and empowerment for all those affected by sickle cell disease.
Absolutely. So, on this journey, there are different landmarks where most mental health psychosocial challenges occur. So, at the point of diagnosis, for me as a caregiver, I remember the exact moment when I found out my daughter had sickle cell disease. And I remember crying because no parent wants to find out that their child has a chronic illness and a lifelong illness because it changes the dynamic of the entire family. The start of treatment. For sickle cell disease, we've seen new treatments come into play, but it's taken many, many years. And even with the talk of gene therapy and curative therapies, there's a lot of different emotions that come along with that, and a lot of knowledge that we have to learn about it because it's not something that has been researched for years and years and years. So, we as families and supporters of loved ones with sickle cell disease, it can take a lot to navigate that journey on what are we supposed to do to make sure our loved one has the best quality of life. The initial admission for VOC or VOE. So that's your vaso-occlusive crisis. So those are crises. When we talk about pain crisis, that is one of the hallmarks of sickle cell disease, but it is not the only complication that occur. There are many different sickle cell complications because everywhere that blood flows, sickle cell can affect a person's body. So we're talking eyes, back, neck, foot, ear, everywhere, literally from the head to the toe. And so we have to always be aware of what's going on. ED interaction. So, ED is the emergency department interaction. And I think this is really one of those things that you can speak to, Heather. I know you were just in
Absolutely.
an article about that. So,
Oh,
talk
geez.
about that.
Thanks
I'm not
for
sure I
plugging
understand.
that. So we talk about ED interactions, correct? There is not a warrior on here who has gone to the hospital or the ED, especially as an adult warrior who hasn't had that experience. And we all know what that experience is, correct? It's the trauma inducing experience of having to justify who you are in order to receive medication that you so desperately need in order to just live, now, let alone walk out of there. So, there's trauma behind that. There's trauma behind the reoccurring VOEs. There is constant trauma, and that trauma builds up, right? When you have to tell a doctor not to call you a sickler, and you have to tell them that I'm not drug seeking, that is trauma inducing. And our goal is to really move this therapy journey forward, understanding that each one of those events, each one of those small events can be a trauma inducing things. And guess what? We hold all of that trauma into our bodies. We speak a little bit about transitioning into self care during adolescence and that transition into adulthood and how that looks. You guys, we all know that the rate of which sickle cell patients pass away during transitional ages, that is a very hard time. Not only are you going through puberty and trying to figure out how your body works as just a prepubescent or pubescent adult, you're also trying to figure out how to navigate the healthcare system. And it is treacherous, right? Sometimes there's 12 to 20 specialists that you're going to. Meanwhile, trying to figure out how to navigate each one, and it's like being dropped off on another planet.
Yes. And you just touched on transitioning into adulthood. And I think for many people, this is one of the scariest times because we know the statistics. And even though it has been well documented that is a challenging time, there aren't programs in every city for the transition age. So, yes, they often talk to you about transitioning during your pediatric years, but once you're over that hump and you're an adult, there's nobody really talking to you about the changes that you're going through and really helping you navigate a complex system. Often you're facing economic situations where you may be having a hard time on your job learning how to talk about it with your employer and other people in dating relationships. It is a full experience that can be so complicated. And so that transition, we want to see more resources for the adult warrior, the young adult who is, they may be in college. They may be trying to finish school because a lot of warriors are in and out of the hospital, and some may not even be able to finish their studies because often it is a challenge explaining to your teachers and your professors what is going on. And some people don't make it to graduation. And so we need more support for that particular community. And yes, I mean, I'm talking about it. We know about it, but really there needs to be more programs just around that age group and making informed choices and learning to live, caring for yourself, structuring changes to care, and having a life. That is a mouthful all in and of itself because you've gone from really, for many people, they had a parent or a loved one helping them through this journey. And it's like the medical system, when you become an adult, they say, you know, we're not going to give your caregiver or your loved one that same access to that information. Is really all on you to figure it out. And so we know that this particular community, they need that support, somebody helping them navigate this entire situation.
And then we kind of end on grief, right? Loss of a warrior. Um, I know that this is it's something that's very new. I mean, not new in terms of being new, but I feel like as warriors, we're constantly being bombarded with warriors who are passing. Um, and it affects us because we're living embodiments of what they're going through. And working in this space, I come across so many different warriors, and I come across so many people who are struggling just like myself. And the death is monumental. And I can say that it doesn't get easier with each passing person. And there's like this self-realization that you're in the same shoes. And you know, it's a real thing. It's a real trauma. And every time we go through that, it's another trauma. And it's something to really, it is okay to talk to people and therapists about these traumas and how you're feeling. I know for me, you know, a friend passed just last week, and it doesn't get easier, especially when they're passing of something that's so close to your heart, and you know the suffering behind it. So
Yes.
um, grief is very real in this community, and I think that uh, we offer prayers and we offer, you know, condolences. Uh, but in reality, as a community, we really need to do a deep dive and do the work so that way we can heal from each one of um, those those passings, because it starts to almost be a burden into itself of losing people. And I know for me, I have a brother who has sickle cell. I have sickle cell, and you know, it's a thoughtful process. Every day, I think about the fact that we are so blessed to have woke up another day.
Yes. I know for me, this last one, loss of a warrior, was something that really impacted me as an advocate because it was a journey that I was going through, even though I may not have seen, you know, some warriors face to face, but online I've gotten to know them, and it's it hurts just as bad. And this is one of the reasons why I signed up for therapy, because I needed to have someone that I could trust and talk to about that situation. And so I was able to do that. And I just challenge everybody in the community to talk to a therapist, find a therapist that makes a difference, that you can trust, and definitely do what matters for your mental health.
Absolutely.
So
We lost
there,
our deck.
oh,
Hold on one second.
I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to get in between these screens and stuff. Can y'all hear me now?
yes.
Okay. May you repeat the last thing you said?
We lost the deck.
With
The
the
presentation went
okay.
down.
Here we
You can
go.
see us, but we can't see the. There it goes. So, can you all? I believe the deck is up. Under recognized experiences that impact our mental health, and again, we've both touched on these: trauma, interruption of our livelihood. You lose time, isolation. I spoke about that, um, inequity. Most warriors have. I can't say all because I don't know, but I'm guessing that most warriors have experienced that and complicated grief.
Yes. So, without further ado, we're going to share. Oh, is it not going to come up? Yes.
Oh no, no volume. There it goes. You might want to restart it.
I believe in therapy.
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 I am in therapy, and therapy has really helped me with being a mom to a 7-year-old warrior.
I'm in therapy, and therapy has helped me cope with my challenges as a patient and a physician.
I'm in therapy. Therapy has helped me with advocating for sickle cell as a sickle cell warrior.
I am in therapy. Therapy helps me with my mental health with sickle cell disease.
I'm in therapy. Therapy has helped me heal past traumas as a sickle cell warrior. Therapy has helped me power through survivor's guilt and adjust to my new identity as a stem cell transplant survivor.
Therapy makes a difference.
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 Therapy makes
A difference.
Mental health is critical to overall well-being, and it's no different for individuals living with sickle cell disease. In the United States alone, over 100,000 people live with sickle cell disease. Remember, mental wellness is just as important as physical wellness. The Sickle Cell Disease Association of America is here to support you every step of the way. Visit sicklecelldisease.org to learn more about how therapy can make a difference in your life. Together, let's prioritize mental health and thrive on our journey with sickle cell disease.
And again, before Carly can jump in, I just wanted to say that you guys, Carly was the queen of this initiative. She manned the boat and the ship, and she steered the boat, and she has been amazing in all of this. And I just want to send a huge thank you to her because this was her baby, and she made it happen. And I'm just so proud of her.
Thank you, Heather. You know, just seeing that video and seeing the smiles, just hearing everybody's words has been moving. And, you know, I know this is something that matters to our community as a whole. So we're asking you to help us share this message. Like I just mentioned, on the sicklecelldisease.org website, which is the SCDAA's website, there is a mental health toolkit. You can click to the link from the homepage. Um, you can visit the site and get access to the toolkit. So if you scan this QR code that's on your screen, it will give you access to the toolkit. And if you go to the bottom, you'll have access to our videos that you can reshare to let other people know about the campaign. So we also want you to be a part of this. So Heather, tell everybody how they can join us by creating their own video.
Yes, we are excited to invite you to create your own video. We want to see that you believe in therapy. It is so important. We want you to use the hashtag SCD, I believe in therapy, and we want you to post it to your social medias. And if you post them, make sure that you tag us so that way we can blast them out as well, because we really want this to go viral. We really want to share across the world how important it is to talk, and how important it is to get all of this weight and the trials and tribulations that we carry on our shoulders off of us. We don't need mental health being a factor when we're already dealing with something so physical.
Absolutely. So when you get your video, definitely tag the SCDAA. You can tag me at Cleverly Changing. Heather, do you want them to tag you as well?
Yeah, sure. You can tag me. You can tag me either at Artfully Avant, or artfully.avant, or you can tag me at Hev_Avant on Instagram. That's probably the best way to reach me. That's my personal account, and I use that for more of my sickle cell advocacy. But that's HEATH_Avant.
Yes, and when you tag us, we'll be able to like your videos, and that will help more people see them. So I'm just grateful that this thought that we had has really come to fruition, and the community is sharing the message widely and loud and clear that we believe in therapy. This is something that each one of us has really taken on to say, look, I'm brave. I'm willing to let other people know that therapy makes a difference in my life. And that's what we're doing by doing this campaign.
Absolutely. I just want to send a thank you to everyone for joining us this evening and this afternoon, or this evening. Yes, it's evening. I'm so used to it being on Sundays and my mind is a little wonky, but thank you, Carly, for joining us. Thank you, everyone out there, for sticking in with us through all of the technical difficulties and hanging in there and giving us your time. This is so important to us. It's so important. This is, like I said, it's been our baby for the last year. We've nursed this thing to life, and we are so happy to see it come to fruition. So thank you all. Thank you, Elle. And in the spirit of Dr. Deidre Brewer, since she was unable to join us, I'm going to do 3 closing breaths, and we can get out of here, and we'll see you all next week. So if everyone will, just ground yourself for just a moment, put your feet on the ground, and we're going to do this together. We're going to put our hands on your knees. We're going to get ourselves a little grounded, shrug it off, and we're going to take 1 breath, and I will count with each breath. So ready? In. Hold for 4. Out for 4. One more time. In for 4. Hold for 4. And out for 4. And once more. In for 4. Hold for 4. And out for 4. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.